The new year is fast approaching, and it's like in 2 3 months' time, we'll all be saying Happy New Year. And I thought to myself, what better time to make this video than right now? And in today's video, I'll be giving you guys tips that I've learned and I've also practiced that will help you to mentally and physically prepare yourself for the new year. But before we get into the video, hi bandmates, and to my new viewers, hi guys, I'm Abby, a student doctor based in Nigeria, currently in her 4th year of studies. Now that we're done with the formalities, let's get into the video. I know this is the usual season for us to actually sit down and reflect and be like, what exactly have I achieved this year? Because in few months time we'll be entering a new year, and getting to the new year, we all had our new year resolutions, the things we hope to achieve, our goals, aspiration, and most of us would have achieved them, and most of us also would not have achieved them. And this could also lead to, the anger, the anxiety, the sadness that usually comes with going closer to the new year. But I don't really think that having negative emotions about not achieving certain things should be what you're feeling right now. Rather, I'll be giving you the things you should be doing, the feelings you should be feeling, the ways you should be thinking in order to mentally and physically prepare yourself for the new year, so that even if this year was not so great, we'll prepare ourselves to make next year to be great. You need to take your time to reflect on this current year. Try to remember the little things, no matter how small your achievements might be, because there's something about us human beings. We tend to focus more on the bad than the good. Maybe we've had certain things we achieved, no matter how small, throughout the year. We've had certain good news come to us, we've seen certain progress, but because we feel in our hearts that the progress we've made is nothing compared to what we wanted to make, or maybe the bad things that happened to you throughout the year was way more than the good you feel in your heart. I want you to sit down and actually reflect on the good things that happened to you, the little things you were able to achieve, no matter how small. Okay, you set a goal that you're going to be going to the gym consistently, and you feel like, okay, throughout the year I was not consistent throughout the months of the year, but you are at least consistent for certain times of the year. Even when you slacked off, you had the opportunity to pick yourself up and still go back to the gym. As long as you did not actually completely forget about the gym, that's an achievement. There are certain people that actually decided that they are going to be going to the gym and they never actually stepped their feet into the gym, but you actually made that progress of actually getting into the gym. Then that's something nice. Reflect on that as well. You said, okay, you're going to be doing this with your money this year, you're going to be saving this amount of this in this year, you're going to be buying certain things that are going to make you productive this year, and you think about it and you're like, oh, I was not able to achieve this certain amount of money, but at least you are able to make certain amount of money. Even if it was not as much as you thought you would, you were able to get the things that we are going to help you to go throughout this year without actually faltering. There are some people out there who are not able to even make the amount of money at all to help them with their food, their clothing, their shelter. But even though you are not able to make a huge amount of money, God was able to provide for you money you need to survive, the basic amenities. Even though you were not able to make too much money, you are able to afford basic necessities of life. Then that's something to be grateful for. So take your time to reflect on the good and not just the bad. Don't just sit down and be mourning and be like, this year has gone and I was not able to achieve something. You being alive is an achievement. It's not everybody that came into the year that has seen the end, and it's not as if you are the greatest, or the people that were not able to see the end are the horrible human beings or whatever. It's a privilege to be alive. You are not the owner of your life. So that's another thing. Like, you're ending the year with good health. Take your time to reflect on the good things, the little achievements you've made this year, the little progress you've made this year. Think to yourself and say, is this year better than last year? If yes, then it's a progress. If you say no, trust me, if you think deeply, you know that this year was actually better than last year, one way or the other. But even if it wasn't, once there's life, there's hope. Just appreciate that you are alive to actually see another year that is coming. And we all pray that we see another year that is coming, and you have the opportunity, to make the year that is coming way better than this year. Reflect on your mistakes, think of strategies on how to, amend those mistakes if they are not yet amended, and you see yourself feeling way better. Instead of reflecting on the negativities of the year, try to, ponder on the positive side of the year, and then reflect on the negative side and try to harness solutions, practical solutions on how you can solve the issues that this year came up with. You need to establish clear and specific goals, because most of the time, if you are getting to the new year and that's the year of new year resolution, a lot of goals are coming into your head. You want to do this, you want to do that, you all at once. It can be quite overwhelming. It's good to set goals, but be specific with your goals. Give yourself timelines, give yourself duration, give yourself strategy. Don't just say, I want to make money this year. Be like, I want to make money. How and how can I do it? Will I look for a job this year so that I will not be too idle? Will I try to learn a new skill online so that I will try to build a skill that can make me money in the future? Am I going to invest myself, aside from academically, otherwise that can help me, make money? If you're a student, be like, okay, I'm going to try to invest in a course online that I know that after taking this, that I'm going to be able to get a job that will be making me money even as a student. Okay, you're working, you'll be like, what can I do? Am I going to work really hard next year in order to get a promotion? All these things are what? Specific goals. You're establishing a specific goal. You're establishing ways you feel like you can take to achieve this goal. Your goal is not just flamboyant. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you deep down, you are not realistic with those goals. Okay, maybe you gained a lot of weight this year. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this by January. In 2-3 weeks, I'm done. Know that it's not quite feasible, especially if you're someone who has not been going to the gym for a long time. You can tell yourself, okay, the going to be tough, but I'm going to try to see whether I can start incorporating fitness into my life. I'm going to make sure that at least, even if it's once a week, twice a week, I'm going to move my body. I'm not going to be sitting idle just like I did this year. These are feasible ways you can, establish specific goals for yourself for next year. You're not just going to sit down and be like, I'm going to bring up paper, I write in a full plain paper, this and this and this and this and this are my goals, so that by the time you get into next year, you see that humongous amount of goals you set and you don't know what next year has to offer. Maybe you'll be extremely busy, and because you are not specific on how you're going to achieve these goals, you now start saying, oh my god, I'm so busy, how am I going to achieve these things? But if you sit down, you're like specific about your goals. You're like, okay, I said I'm going to do this, and this was how I said I'm going to carry out this thing, and you see it and you're like, okay, the duration is okay for me. Although I'm busy, I know that I did not make this thing to be so overwhelming of saying I'm going to be doing this thing 6-7 days a week, when I know that I have only like 1 day a week free to myself that I can be able to do this. Make sure that your goals are going to be, when you look at it in the future, is not going to be overwhelming to you. It's something that is practicable, and not something that you're imagining your double ganger in the future is doing it, and you know that you yourself, deep down in your heart, is going to be really hard to do this, because when you want to start doing something, you have to start small. You don't have to just push in and start doing that as if you are already an expert. So if you feel like you're going to start your journey on your fitness, you're going to start your mental health journey, you're going to start your reading journey, and you're not used to all these things before, make sure you start a little. Start small, start within something that is within your means, within your capability, and then over the time next year, when you're seeing your progress, you can increase the duration, increase the intensity of however you're trying to achieve those goals. Make sure you establish goals, but establish specific goals, and establish specific ways you think you can achieve these specific goals. Like I said, you can establish a goal, but if you don't have a plan on how to achieve this goal, then it's like practically useless. So if you're creating these specific goals in your head, try to map out a plan on how you can do this. Your plan, you might not 100% follow it. Like I always say, you don't know what the year has for you ahead, but you're like, worst come to worst, you can have a plan A, plan B, plan C, so that if plan A doesn't work out, you lean on to plan B. If plan B doesn't work out, you lean on to plan C. Just have plans on how you can achieve these specific goals you've set for the next year. Okay, make sure that your plans are feasible and your plans are achievable. It's not something that is just out of the blue, okay, you're going to plan to do this, but deep down in your heart, you know you'll not be able to follow through with this plan. Make sure that your plan is something that is feasible and is going to mesh well with your lifestyle for next year. Because even though we don't know exactly how our lifestyle will be next year, but we have an idea of how it could look like. So depending on the idea of what we feel like our life is going to be next year, map out a plan that is going to mesh well with those lifestyle in order for us to be able to achieve the specific goals. If the planning requires you to find help, whether it's an online help or you need somebody that you feel like is going to be more helpful with helping you set out the plan, do not feel push back to reach out to people or to go online and search, so that you have an idea on how to create these plans for yourself. If you don't know how to create, let me say you want to make a meal plan for yourself and you don't know how to do it, you can go online and browse, or you go online and watch videos on food that you know that are accessible to you. Don't go and start saying, okay, you want to eat this type of food they say is healthy. There are also healthy sources of food that you can find around you that you can use to create your meal plan. So don't go and say, okay, this is what they say is good for your body, this is what they say is good to lose weight, this is what is good to gain weight. No, make sure that if you're creating them, I'm using an example, if you're creating a meal plan for yourself next year, make sure it's food that you know that is accessible, that is affordable for you, it's something that you can make and you enjoy. Don't go forcing yourself to eat something that you don't enjoy, because it will make it to fall out from your plans. When you're not enjoying that thing, that's when you be like, I'm not going to do this anymore. So you can go online, go and meet somebody that will help you to create this plan so that you'll be able to achieve your goal for next year. Mental and physical preparation for next year requires you actually taking care of yourself as an individual. If you don't feel well taken care of, if you don't feel relaxed, if you don't feel good in your skin and in your body, then it's going to actually make you feel even more anxious about the new year, because you're not actually feeling good in yourself in this year right now. So try to prioritize self-care. If it means you trying to relax more, if it means you trying to purge yourself off of the social media that is triggering you negatively, if it means you taking care of yourself physically, buying new skincare products, if you're a skincare junkie, don't be a junkie because money. But if you like to take care of your skin, if you like perfumes, treat yourself once in a while. I'm not saying you should go and squander your money, but at least throughout the year, if you've had something in mind and you've been blessed with the opportunity to buy it, but you're still holding strong into your money because you feel like, oh my god, the year has ended, what's the ease of buying something for myself? Just buy yourself something you feel happy. Take care of yourself as an individual. Once you take care of yourself, you feel good, you feel better, and you even be in a good mental state of mind to be able to reflect on the past year and to be able to set specific goals that you'll be able to achieve. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you're in a bad state of mind, you're in a bad state physically, you won't even be in a good place to set those goals I just told you to set, and you won't even be in a good place to plan properly in order to achieve these goals. So you see, all these things work hand in hand. So make sure you take care of yourself, prioritize your mental health. Don't go and start listening to things that will trigger you. Listen to things that will motivate you. Listen to things that is going to push you forward. Listen to things that is going to calm you down, because the world is already chaotic. So look for things that are going to calm you down. If it means you arranging your space, trying to declutter, try to buy new things for your space that will make you feel comfortable, do that. That's all part of self-care. Make sure that you're in a good place physically and mentally, so that you'll be able to reflect properly on the year and also to be able to plan and strategize for the year. Like I've already said, in the setting of specific goals, make sure that your goals that you're setting are realistic. Don't go setting goals because you're seeing people online are saying, I'm going to do this for the next year, when you know that they have the capability of doing that financially, physically, or maybe they have the capability because they have people around them that can help them achieve those goals. Don't go setting goals because you're seeing people are doing that. Think about yourself, look at your surroundings, look at the things you're able to achieve, look at the pressing needs you have, and set realistic goals surrounding these things you've looked at. The goals you're setting is based off of you as a person and not people out there but it's just about you as an individual. What can I achieve? How can I achieve these things? What are the things I can do to achieve these things? What are the things that stopped me from achieving these things this year, and how can I remove those things and prevent those things from reoccurring next year, in order for me to be able to achieve these things next year, since I was not able to achieve it this year? These are the things you have to think about. Don't go saying, I was not able to achieve it this year, how am I going to achieve it next year? You've not even sat down to think and be like, why didn't I achieve this year? What are the reasons? You as an individual, you cannot come and be lying to ourselves. You tell yourself the truth. You know what made you not to achieve those goals this year. So try to make things realistic. Maybe your plan for this year was unrealistic. Try to make it realistic this year. Don't repeat the mistakes you made this year next year, so that by the time you're getting into next year, like, okay, I have a plan, and my plans are realistic and they fit into my lifestyle, and I know that little with little practice, little work, little baby steps here and there, I'll be able to achieve those goals. Even though I did not achieve them this year, I will be able to achieve them next year. Why? Because they are feasible and they are realistic. Look, a lot of people, because of the stress, the things that comes with life as an adult, we tend to lean towards the unhealthy side of food, because that's the fastest thing we can easily pick up and munch on. But try to put into your mind that you're going to start eating healthy, because you being healthy as an individual physically starts internally. So make sure that you, as you're setting your goals, try to put in your goal that you're going to be healthier next year. Even if you're not going to be going to the gym or walking up and down, which is good though, even if you don't have the strength, or you're very, very choked next year, make sure that in your plan is that no matter what you're doing, you're going to try to feed yourself healthy. You're going to try to make sure that you're giving yourself healthy meals, because it's going to really help you mentally, physically, and emotionally. There are certain things you eat that can affect you emotionally and physically, because there are certain food items you know that you can eat and you get bloated, and when you're bloated, you're uncomfortable, and when you're uncomfortable, you won't be able to achieve certain things in the day. So from next year, like I said, in your meal planning, make sure that you're going to follow those meal plans. Make sure you're going to be feeding yourself healthy next year. Even if there are certain things that are going to come and make you to derail from other aspects of your plans or your goals, make sure that next year that feeding yourself healthy food is one of the top priorities you're going to be making as an individual for next year. Make sure that it's one of the things at your highest priority list in your plans. I'm going to be eating healthy next year, and by eating healthy does not mean you should eat expensive. There are so many healthy foods that you can go out there and buy that are very, very affordable compared to the snacks you're even buying every single day. So try to look for ways, look for places you can purchase affordable groceries. Put that in your plan, that you're going to look for places around you that you feel like are going to be selling affordable food stuff. Put that there and say, okay, these are the places I'm going to be shopping from next year, so that I'll be able to afford things that are healthy for me, and I'm going to feed myself with good healthy food, so that I'll be my best version of myself to achieve these goals that I'm planning. Because you have to be healthy and strong to be able to achieve your goals. And one of the good ways to start taking care of yourself to be healthy is from what you eat, because you can run from now to tomorrow, you can jog from now to tomorrow. If you eat nonsense, all your work is in vain. So make sure that you eating healthy is one of your biggest goals for next year, so that you take care of yourself internally to help you out externally. I mean, eating healthy is also part of self-care, and I told you what, self-care should be one of the things you should prioritize this year. Even start eating healthy from now on. It's going to help you feel a lot better for next year, because you'll be in your healthiest version. You give yourself 2-3 months that is remaining, and you're eating healthy, and you decided to be walking once in a while to shake off the excess stress. You see yourself, you feel better, you be in a better place, to strategize for next year, to carry out your plan for next year, and you start the year healthy and stronger. Try to work on shifting your mindset towards the positive side. Like I said in the reflection tip I just spoke about, try to shift your mind towards positive angle. During this time of the year is when the mind comes to play a lot of tricks on us. It's coming to make us to think less of ourselves, maybe because we not achieve certain things that we are seeing our age mates are achieving. It's going to come to start discouraging you. If you're getting older, why are you not getting this? People are getting that. Try to rewire your mindset, if it means you reading good books that are going to encourage you, if it means you listening to good podcasts, if it means you listening to good things online, if it means you purging off certain things on your social media that are triggering you, do that in order to rewire your mindset and put your mindset in a positive place for the new year. So you're not entering the new year with a tattered mindset, but you're going into the new year with a fresh mindset, fresh start to kick off the new year with a positive mindset. So you're not going into the new year with negativity, because the thing that pushes us as individual is our own self motivation. If our minds are not motivating us, no matter what we are seeing online, no matter what we are reading online, we'll always be talking down on ourselves, and that's not a good way to start off this new year. So try to look for ways to rewire your mindset. Sure, you work on shifting your mindset towards the positive side, so that you're going to be starting off the new year on a positive note. Whatever has been affecting you mentally, that has been triggering you emotionally, that has been pushing you to self-sabotage, ever, try to look for ways to work on those things before the year comes in, so you don't go into the new year with old baggage. Make sure you settle the things that are bothering you emotionally. If it means you talking to people around you, if it means you going to therapy, whether online or physically, if it means you listening to good things online, if it means you talking to your parents, if you have parents that are around you, whatever it takes, make sure that you work on that troubling mindset of yours. Do not go into the new year with a mindset that is shaken. Do not go into the new year with a very negative mindset, because no matter what you plan, if your mindset is not strong, if your mindset is not in the right place, you're not going to be able to achieve those things. It's just going to be in vain. So make sure you try to shift your mind towards the positive side in order to mentally and physically prepare you for the new year. Don't beat yourself up too much if you feel like you are not able to achieve your goals, your mood boards, your aspirations this year. Like I said in the beginning, as long as there is life, there is hope. As long as you are alive, you're healthy, you're strong, God is still putting you out here, because He knows that you've not yet completed the task He put you on earth to achieve. So just tell yourself, as long as I'm alive and healthy, there is hope for me for next year. Don't feel like all hope is lost. I remember a lot of people that I follow online that came into the new year, they were crying because they wanted to achieve certain things, and it's almost the end of the year, and I go online and I see them giving testimonies and all of that. So if you feel like this year you are not able to achieve certain things, just tell yourself, as long as I'm alive and I'm healthy, there is hope. That means God has not yet finished with me on this earth. So why should I finish with myself on the earth when I'm not off the earth? Do you get? So make sure that you are not beating yourself up. Give yourself hope that you are alive and you're healthy. That means you're still given the opportunity to achieve greater things for next year. If you got to this part of the video, it's obviously enjoying it. Why have you not liked? Like this video and share to your friends, your family, and your enemies, because God said we should love our enemies. So love them and share them this video, so that if they are looking for anything, that is any push or anything to calm their mind for the new year, maybe they are anxious, or you yourself you feel like you're anxious, and this video has done you amazing things, please give this video a like, and also subscribe and turn on your post notification bells so you don't miss out on any video from your girl. And I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye.